when a 100-pound monster became a little girl's guardian angel. They said he was too dangerous, too big, too unpredictable for a child. But nobody told Lebowski that, and nobody told the little girl whose life he was about to change forever. Look at this, a massive 100-pound pit bull curled up in a bed barely big enough for a child. She's sleeping peacefully, using him as her pillow, her protector, her best friend. This is Lebowski and Scarlet. And if you're still watching without hitting subscribe, stop right now. When was the last time a story made you believe in pure, unconditional love? Because that's what you're about to feel. If you want more moments that remind you why life is beautiful, then subscribe. Not because I'm asking, but because your soul deserves these reminders. Now let me take you back to the day it all started. The day everyone thought they were making a terrible mistake. Scarlet was 4 years old when she walked into that shelter. At that age, most kids are afraid of big dogs. They run away, they hide behind their parents. But not Scarlet. The shelter was loud, dogs barking from every direction, row after row of metal cages, each holding a soul that had been abandoned. Then, Scarlet stopped walking. Her parents kept moving, looking at smaller dogs, the safer ones. But Scarlet stood frozen in front of one cage. Inside was a pit bull puppy, gangly, too much energy, jumping at the bars. His name tag said Lebowski. When their eyes met, something happened that you can't fake, can't manufacture, can't explain. His entire body went still. His tail started wagging so hard it looked like it might fly off. And Scarlet, she pressed her tiny hand against the cold metal bars. "This one," she whispered. "Mom, Dad, this one is mine." Her parents froze. You could see the fear in their eyes. A pit bull? With our daughter? Have you seen the news? Don't you know what people say about these dogs? But Scarlet wouldn't move. She stood there, staring at Lebowski like she could see something they couldn't, like she knew a secret the whole world had missed. "Please," she said. And in that moment, her parents had to decide, listen to fear or listen to their daughter's heart. They chose love. But here's where the story gets mysterious. The first few weeks were chaos. Lebowski had endless energy. He'd zoom through the house like a tornado, knock over plants, steal socks. But every night, something strange happened. After dinner, after bath time, after Scarlet's story, Lebowski would vanish. The family would search everywhere. "Lebowski, where are you, boy?" And every time, they'd find him under Scarlet's bed, curled up in that dark space beneath her sheets. Not sleeping, watching, guarding. At first, they thought he was scared. Maybe he needed time to adjust. But night after night, week after week, he chose that spot. Never anywhere else. Always under Scarlet's bed. And then, one night, Scarlet's mom realized something that made her throat tighten. He wasn't hiding. He was protecting her. This puppy, this dangerous pit bull that society warned them about, had assigned himself a job. He was Scarlet's guardian, and he took that job seriously. But the most incredible part? He was only 3 months old. Then came the night that changed everything. Scarlet had just turned 5. Lebowski was bigger now, almost 80 pounds of muscle. It was bedtime, the usual routine, and everyone waited for Lebowski to crawl under the bed. But he didn't. He stood there, staring at the bed, then at Scarlet, then back at the bed. Then he jumped up, slowly, carefully, like asking permission. He placed one paw on the mattress, then another, and then, with incredible gentleness, he climbed onto the bed. He stretched out beside Scarlet, his massive head settling onto her tiny pillow. Scarlet didn't scream, didn't call for help. She just smiled. reached out her small hand and rested it on his head. "Good boy, Lebowski," she whispered, and they both fell asleep like that. Two souls who'd found their way home. From that night forward, they were never apart. Wherever Scarlet went, Lebowski followed. When she colored at the kitchen table, he laid beside her. When she played outside, he sat nearby, watching every move. It was like he understood something we forget, that time is everything, that being present is the greatest gift. And then came the day that proved what he really was. Scarlet came home from school crying. She'd fallen on the playground. Her arm was broken. The cast covered her small limb and tears streamed down her face. The moment Lebowski saw her, he knew. He didn't bark, didn't jump. He walked over slowly, pressed his body against hers, and stayed there. For hours, a warm, steady presence that said without words, "I'm here. You're safe. You're not alone." That's when her parents finally understood. This wasn't a pet. This was family. Now they're older. Scarlet is growing up, learning to read, making friends, discovering the world. And through it all, Lebowski is there. They have tea parties where he wears ridiculous hats. They fall asleep in impossible positions, her sprawled sideways, him draped across her legs like a living security blanket. And whenever Scarlet leaves for a sleepover, Lebowski changes. He doesn't eat, doesn't play. He just waits by the door, watching, listening. And when she finally comes home, his entire world explodes with joy. That tail goes wild. He rushes to her like she's been gone forever, because to him, she has been. Every single night, when someone says, "Time for bed," Lebowski heads straight to Scarlet's room. He climbs onto that bed, and they fall asleep together. Safe, loved, exactly where they belong. So let me ask you something that matters. What's more powerful, the label society puts on something, or the truth you see with your own eyes? Because they called him dangerous. They said pit bulls can't be trusted, that he was a risk. But love didn't care about labels. Love saw a little girl and a lonely puppy who needed each other. And that's all that mattered. If this story touched something real inside you, I need you to do something. Drop a comment and tell me about your own guardian, the one with 4 paws who changed everything. I read every single one. Your stories heal people.